Hi everyone, it is Kimberly from Journey to the New Normal. Of course, if you're here, you know that. So, I am going to give everybody just a minute to hop on. I'm trying to do this from my laptop, and there's really no here. Let me see. Is it going to be bad if I do it this way? If I put it here. Maybe I can. Trying to find a place to put it in my car is crazy. So, alright. I am in my car. Again, I will tell you, my car is my safe spot to record now. So that's probably where you're going to be seeing a lot of me during the day. So I'm going to go ahead and try to share this because I'm pretty sure that if I share it, more people will know about it, obviously. Okay, So how is everybody doing today on this Sunday afternoon? I'm just gonna go to it. Usually I'd be using my phone, and I probably should be using my phone, but I only have 26%. So, and we'll get started here in just a minute. So, all right. Don't mean to be ignoring anybody who's up here. Trying to share this so that we get some more viewers here. Okay, hopefully sharing that will get some more people on here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here. I'm gonna see. Aha, there's somebody on. Hello, hello. We have to maneuver stuff here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm in my car. This will be probably where I'll be doing lives from for a while because it's quiet in here. I can actually hear myself think. So, anyways, today I'm going to be talking about feeding my crew with a preschooler with texture issues. For those of you who might not know me, I guess, I think most of you know me. I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old has a lot of sensory issues, a lot of texture issues and things like that. She's got texture issues and vestibular issues and stuff. So, alrighty. Hello, hello. I see there's 4 live. If you can hear me, if you could give me a thumbs up or something like that. I might have to turn on here and see if I can hear myself because I don't know how the acoustics on the computer do in here because I'm on my laptop. So, oh, I can hear myself. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Okay. So anyways, I just want to get started first of all and say that thank you. Awesome. Hi Lisa. How are you? So first of all, I want to get started and say that today is World Autism Awareness Day. Wearing blue for that, so that's super cool. And we at one time had actually thought that my daughter was going to be diagnosed with autism. So autism kind of has a near and dear place to my heart because I've done so much research about it. So anyways, let me see if I can like back this up a little bit. Here. There we go. Pop the water bottle up. I really need a better setup. Anyways, so we've had a lot of issues with her with feeding. For a while, it was literally peanut butter and jelly, pizza, cheeseburgers, and that was about it. That was about what she would eat. She'd eat like peanut butter for breakfast and then pizza or cheeseburgers or something like that sometime throughout the day. And that was about all I could get her to eat, maybe grilled cheese, something like that. She does eat more meat than most with texture issues. I do have a 3-year old who does not have a lot of issues, but she doesn't like a lot of meat. So we kind of have both ends of the spectrum on there. We have my oldest who does all of this. She'll eat like chicken and she'll eat cheeseburgers and like homemade cheeseburgers. Like, my little one will eat like McDonald's cheeseburgers, but not my cheeseburgers. So, anyways, it got really hard for a while there. Like my husband wanted spaghetti and I'm like, we can't have spaghetti because Kira won't eat spaghetti. And if I don't feed her spaghetti, like I have to, we had this thing when I first got pregnant with her that I was not going to be making separate meals. So I was like, I didn't want to have to do the, okay, we're going to make an exception for this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up with like a handful of food that I could make, and I was so bored and I was so tired with everything. I really was. I was like, this is really ridiculous. What am I going to feed my family? And I think I don't know. I think Kira was maybe just turned 3, and everybody wanted spaghetti. My youngest loves spaghetti. Everybody wanted spaghetti but Kira. And so I was like, well, I wonder if I took the spaghetti sauce and I didn't put it on the noodles. I wonder if I could put it like on a piece of bread, like a sloppy Joe, if she'd eat it. And lo and behold, this child ate spaghetti sauce on a piece of bread, like a sloppy Joe, little cheese on it, no problem. And I was like, okay, well then I don't feel so bad because I'm not really making a second meal. I'm, just kind of substituting basically the vehicle in which the sauce is being given to her. And so then I started thinking about it. I started changing up different ways that I did things. So, when we have tacos in our house, my husband loves tacos, doesn't love tacos. He loves the idea of tacos, he doesn't like getting messy. So basically, we ended up with like we have a taco bar night where you can have nachos, you can have, tacos, you can have taco salad. It's basically all the stuff. However, everybody wants it. My girls like it in cells. I particularly like nacho style, and my husband likes it in a salad with, salad dressing and stuff like that on it. So you got to get creative. And that was kind of one of the things that I wanted to come on and just talk about is getting creative. And I'm talking super creative. Like, it doesn't sound like, okay, like, spaghetti sauce, okay, spaghetti sauce and sloppy joes. Like, they kind of don't sound like they're the same thing. And then they kind of do to some people. It kind of all depends. Where I was at with it was I just made sure I took out more meat for hers and less sauce. So I had to, get a little more creative with, okay, like I got to add a little more meat so that I have enough, to cover Kira. But we do stuff like that. We do the taco bars when I do sandwiches. I let them put whatever they want on it. We have, you know, unlimited amounts of like, tomatoes. Like I have my little one has had this new fascination of having a cheeseburger without a burger patty on it. She will eat a burger bun with ketchup and a tomato and sometimes lettuce and piece of cheese topped off with the top bun, and that's what she eats. And granted, it's probably not as much protein as it could be, but it's okay because it's what she'll eat it. So I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, fine. She gets her protein in other ways. She likes eggs. My oldest does not like eggs. She will not touch eggs. So we kind of go back and forth, and it gets to be a little bit. I have to really kind of plan ahead. We have theme nights at our house. So, like we always have, Monday night is usually breakfast for dinner. And then Tuesdays, Tacos Tuesday, and Fridays is always pizza. Usually Wednesday or Thursday, I try to do something Italian in there. It kind of all depends. But, and then, we have like leftovers one night usually. Some nights I'll just do okay, like chicken nuggets or whatever. But I try to at least do like 3 to 4 actual meals in there that are actually decent meals. A few tips that I have found to help out with these things. One is I used to use like the partitioned plates. They used to have a small, three like big space for like your protein and then or maybe veggies. I don't know. It depends on what food pyramid you're looking at. And then your smaller 2 spaces for your starches and your um, either veggies or protein, however you look at it. Um, but the girls, they usually end up eating more than that now. So I have went to the big Tupperware. It's kind of what I showed you in the picture on um, the little advertisement for this, but they're like about that big and maybe about that thick, that deep. And they are the just little like heat and serve things. And I usually put theirs in that. I don't separate it anymore. They're not doing bad with it not being separated. I know for a while there, my oldest would be like, oh my gosh, if something touched something else, it was, she wouldn't like throw a complete fit, but she was not going to eat that piece that touched the other piece. So she's getting better with that. Um, in fact, yesterday I gave her chicken and the chicken hit the mashed potatoes and she just kind of flicked the mashed potatoes off and ate the chicken. So, but then the other thing is to know what your kids like. So, I know what they like and I know what they don't like. Um, and if I had to say one thing that I try to do, I don't always do it. In fact, lately I have not been very good about the whole meal planning thing, which I need to get better about. But I try to meal plan to where I know that they're going to have their starch and their like a protein, a starch, and a veggie or fruit every day that they like. Now, it doesn't have to be in the same meal. So some mornings for breakfast, my I will make sure that I give my oldest an apple because that's one thing that I know she likes. And I can check that off my list and be like, okay, at least if nothing else, she got some kind of vitamins from that apple. She got some kind of fruit or vegetable thing going on there. And then like for starches, there's not a whole lot of starches that she likes. She likes bread, stuff like that, but she doesn't like mashed potatoes, she doesn't like pasta of any kind. She doesn't like rice. So I have to make sure like okay, we're going to have a sandwich and then you're going to get, the bread for the starch. So then I can check that off my list. And then maybe for dinner we have something with a protein that she likes in it. I have to at least be okay with that. Like, at the very least, I can get that into her every day. And I feel like that's a tremendous difference. If I can, I used to feel like, oh dear God, what is this child ever going to eat? Like, is she ever going to eat, X, Y, and Z? Like, especially the fruits and veggies. She was in SOS feeding therapy for a cycle and a half. We had to leave a little bit early because we had too much going on um, as far as therapies and stuff like that. So, but she went through a cycle and a half, and it actually did help. She will occasionally eat blueberries. I can get her to drink like a smoothie or something like that now, whereas I couldn't do that before. So if you are having that kind of issue, like that big of an issue, then I would suggest definitely looking into SOS feeding therapy. It was definitely very beneficial for us. I did see a difference in it, and it did set her up to understand. I think with her, hers was a texture issue, but then as she kind of outgrew a little bit of the texture issue, I think she was still used to the texture issue. So she still held on to those ideas like, I don't like this, even though she kind of does. Like, I can get her to eat strawberries once in a while. I mean, that she has to be in a good mood. It has to be, the stars have to align for it, but occasionally she will eat that, and. So I just try to keep offering as much as possible and things like that. And, we're a long way now from where we were. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come on and just talk to you guys about that, because it can get really discouraging when you're trying to feed your child food that's nourishing to them and they're not having it. So at this time, I'm going to open it up. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them in. I've seen Lisa's, but I haven't seen any other comments. So I don't know if anybody's been commenting or not. But let's see. We'll give you guys a minute or two. It says one comment. So if you guys have any questions at all about how I do feeding things and whatnot, give you guys a minute to ask away because I know there's a delay. There we go. I will turn this down so that you guys don't have to hear echo. But anyways, I'm actually working on a book right now, that's going to be 7 ways to help your child with feeding issues. And I'm also working on a post. I did the introductory post. It should be below this video on Journey to the New Normals site. There is an intro post that went up today. Tomorrow I'm going to start the actual series of posts on helping with sensory issues, like multiple sensory issues in the house. I have, between the four of us, I think every one of us has some sort of, not not necessarily always extreme, but fairly prevalent preference to one thing or another thing. We've got some gotta be loud all the time, absolutely can't, have to be in the quiet, like have to be able to think and hear yourself, kind of polar opposites of that. And that can get really kind of difficult to live with when you're trying to live. And it's not like when you're at somebody else's house and okay, I can live with this for this little period of time, and then eventually things will, I can go home and everything, you are home, this is where you live at, and it's like that all the time. So we've kind of come up with some tips and tricks and some ways that we do some things. So I'm going to be just kind of bringing the framework to the blog. So kind of how we do things. Alrighty, well, it doesn't look like there's any questions. If you guys are watching this after the fact and you have any questions, go ahead and put them in there. I will be sure to get back to you with the answers. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.